Not enough weight.
Starting to get nippy. I should have worn a little bit. I have a heavy coat, but I don't have an in-between coat, but it's starting to get nippy. Oh yeah, this is going to look good. You got to balance her good. That's the tricky part.
Yeah, it's balanced. RA, I got a balanced deck now.
I don't know whoever had that in mind. It doesn't look hardly abused at all. It did get a little bit of sitting in something.
It's got some dust and stuff on it. It's been sitting in this basement for a while.
Yeah, it looks like it's had very low usage. There's those scratches on them and stuff where if you use them a lot. So whoever, oh, you're missing a screw here too.
Yeah, I've got some. They just don't have the plastic washers.
Okay.
Had to replace the batteries in my Telrad.
It won't just let you overwrite it, so you got to delete every 10. Okay, is it 8 or 26?
Well, that's a good question. I can check it. 1026.
And give me your time off your phone. That's probably going to be just a second.
It's
1026. Oh, you got to remember, you got to put these little things in there. There's nothing automatic about it.
Yeah.
1026/201. Nope, I guess that's wrong.
It's just 19, just 2-digit year.
Yeah. Enter. Well, sometimes you got to put the 2019 in. Sometimes you got. Okay, so the civil time is not 4:03. So what is it? Let's delete all that. And that would be about
6:57.
So let's put 18.
1857.
Yeah. Oops. And then we set that. Okay, so it's
at that point you can move the motors and see that it works.
Yeah, well, let's see what you got for your GPS data. Let's see.
Latitude and longitude, I'm sure, has to be changed. I've got an app on here that's got the latitude and longitude.
Okay, let's see where we do that at. Okay, site is where we go to site. Well, you got it in here. It's 3140, 9740. You've already entered it in here.
Okay.
And you got the -5, so we ought to be just, ducky. So this thing should go pretty much where we want it to go. Let's see if the time is still correct. Yeah, 1857. Network, we're not doing that. Okay, so we've done a cold start on it. Now, once you've done that, it takes you over, when you're ready to set it up, on your menu, you go over to, let's see, well, let's check the hand controller first before we do anything. Okay, so I think everything looks okay in there.
The limits, I think, are okay.
Okay, you got the limit. You checked those?
I looked at them. What do you...
Well, let's see what they show.
Check the limits right quick and see if they look right to you.
Okay, well, let me try to remember where they are.
That's my scope on the top of there, and I don't know.
Okay, well, let's see the limits should be in here. Okay, there we are. No, you don't have to worry about that. 123 is probably too much, but that's okay. You're not going to sit there and let it run all night long. So, no. Okay, so that's okay. Let's back on that one. All right, so now when you make your model, which we can't do now, you start out with a model, and when you do that, then what it does is it comes up with a bunch of, so you got an
So it picks the star automatically, or can you change it?
Yeah, you can change it. You just say again, you just press it again. So only when of course you don't use Polaris, never. But so the way this works is that's pretty low. That's elevation 27. That's about as low as it's going to get. The hour angle is -6. So that means it's way in the east, very low at 27 degrees. And see again, and so what you really want to try to do is you kind of step through, make it easier on you when you got a scope. You want to, like, okay, so mirror rock, and all you have to do is like Bill. So once you decide, let's just see where it goes, and I'll select that one. That's pretty much where mirror rock's at. So it's probably pretty accurate. Now, what you do is you use your hand controls, you look at your eyepiece, and you got what's called a guide speed, which is not really, I mean, it take you forever to move it, so you set it to, not slew, that's too fast. You set it to center. Okay, so now center, you center it on your eyepiece, and once you've centered it, then you hit this little model. Okay, so let's play like that is centered. Okay. And hit model again, and you sell it till align. Okay. All right. So now it'll go over. It doesn't do nothing because it's not got anything to pair with. So now we just go back, and we go to, let's go another star or two. That's okay. We'll do this one, the Cassiopeia. See where it goes there. And then you center it again with, don't forget, now this will stay center until you do something to change it, so it'll stay in center. All right, let's say you like that one, and you say align that one. And usually what you want to do to get this thing work was like do 3 of them, do one over here.
3 on one side and one on the other side of the meridian?
Yeah, and it's not putting anything in this model, which is interesting. But guess we don't have enough data yet. Let's go and see if we can find one that would be, okay, we want one. Markab's not there.
Well, you didn't move it, so
no,
it's zeroed.
Okay, this will give us something further west. Now the chances of it being right on the first shot is very low.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we assume that this is good. You hit your model again, and then you hit align, and then that's all you do. Now you would just go back, and this time you would go to your west model, and you got pluses on that one. So you keep going until you get a plus. Or you can do one if you want to put, it says, so like Vega, we'll do go to Vega, and that should flip it. No, it's a Titan.
It's not going to flip?
No, the Titan will go about an hour past the level.
Past the meridian?
Yeah, and that's where Vega is pretty well, right over there. I can't see it yet, but that's pretty close. And you just model that one and say go to. Oh, okay, so you like that one. Let's go back model. Now we go another star. Let's get on down a little bit lower. And some of these Arcturus, let's go, that's pretty low. Now it'll flip this time. But if you want it to move over, you really need to do a model with it flipped. You need 3 stars where it's flipped over, okay? Otherwise it's not reliable. Well, it's not as reliable as you want. Ideally what you want to do is have it in the eyepiece somewhere. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that little power supply until I got thinking, good Lord, I saw that red 15. I forgot. I didn't know they had them. Okay, so again, we pretend that we've got it and just say align. And why is it this
you haven't moved it anywhere.
Yeah, I have too. It should be giving me, after I've done 2, it should be giving me these
but I mean,
data.
you didn't tweak the alignment. You accepted it exactly as it was.
Well, that's true. That's where you're right. Okay, so I didn't do anything, so it's perfectly aligned. Okay, well, let's do one where I tweak it some.
Okay.
All right, let's go and select one more. Or we'll do DNAB just for fun. It won't be far off. And then I'll move it a little bit. Now you cold starts where you start from 0. Once, if you're sitting out here and you don't move anything, okay, and you're at a star party,
Yeah.
then you would save that, and you could turn it off, and then the next night when you came out, you turn it back on.
Where's that going?
That's a good question. Like I say, it goes.
Right. It was just getting close, and I just wanted to make sure we weren't
This time
going.
I'm going to move it around.
You set the limits so it doesn't go any farther than you want it to, but we haven't
Right.
really set the limits on this one, so.
All right, so now I moved it some, and I'll say align. Let's see if I get a number in there. Yeah, see, you were exactly right. I forgot about that because I've never had one where I just put the same one in.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so now what we'll do is this would give you the error and all these, and all these things, including if you take 3 on each side, it doesn't give you all the way down the counterweight flexure. But if you do, it'll give you non-perpendicularity and things. So it calculates that, and then it uses that when you point it to a star to help be more accurate. Okay, so we're going to go back, and we'll go to menu, and we'll park this thing. And you always park it at, well, it starts at the starting position is counterweight down. Okay, so the last thing it is, once we park it, we turn it off, and when we start, because we'll have it all messed up with not making any adjustments, you'll do a cold restart. So a warm restart means you got everything lined, and when you start over, it goes back to what you had. So in this case, we're good to go, so I'll power it off, and that drops the out if you start it up correctly. So
Okay.
you want to start from cold start.
So the date and the time and the latitude and longitude, all that stuff is correct.
And then when you start, the first time you come out, it's cold start, and then you do your alignment. If you're going to leave it set up and you don't move anything, then you can turn it off at night and then come back the next day and say warm restart.